this might fall, so just bear with me. I'm about to start getting ready. It was kind of a doozy of a morning. So no, I don't typically get ready in the car, but here we are. A lot of you are writing things in, kind of like you're doubting yourself or doubting your place, or that you just don't have an extreme amount of confidence in knowing where you're going, or that maybe you're not as valuable as some other people. And so I'm going to read you this and then kind of share with you part of my story, I guess. And it's still being worked out. Don't think that I'm like, oh yeah, this is all great and wonderful. Psalm 139 says, O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all of my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, and darkness is as light with you. For you formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance, and your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was not even one of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God! How vast is the sum of them! If I would count them, there are more than the sand. I awake, and I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wicked, O God! O men of blood, depart from me. They speak against you with malicious intent. Your enemies take your name in vain. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord, and do I not loathe those who rise up against you? I hate them with complete hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there are any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So I know Psalm 139, 13 through 15 is pretty popular. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. You've knit me together in my mother's womb. You knew me before there was even any substance about me. And while that is beautiful, while that is great, be safe. While that is great, we can't ignore the rest of this passage. The passage where maybe there's a little bit of doubt. Or maybe there's surety that the Lord has planned something for you, but you don't know what it is, and you don't know how you're going to get there, and it looks like everything's kind of stacked up against you. This whole passage is showing that there's nothing about you that the Lord doesn't know, and there's nothing about you that the Lord looks at you with disdain. He's a gracious God. And the end of that passage is showing maybe some disgrace and disdain for others. And in the context of it being written, that's not giving us a pass to hate people just because we're different from them or they're different from us. If you go back and read Psalms and you figure out what's happening, you'll see that that's more of a call to have David's heart checked. And that's something we could all benefit from, but something I kind of want to touch on, but based on what some of you have written in, is that, and in a world where it seems like if you can be the most extreme or the most radical of something, good or bad, that is what is most enjoyed by the masses. And not all of us were designed to live in neon. I appreciate color as much as anybody. But I'm also fully aware that if we were a box of crayons, some of you would be reds, some of you would be blues, some of you would be pinks, some of you would be bright sunshine yellows. And if I was looking for my place, I'd probably be the white crayon. The one that isn't used very often, and if it is used, it's usually to make something more subtle. And for a long time, I think I had this fear of being perceived, like if people knew that I had a personality, or if they knew what went on in this weird little noggin of mine, I would be known. And that's not my favorite thing. I can't see anything in this. Because if you're known, then the little things about you that you maybe appreciate, or the things that maybe you were territorial of, or maybe didn't want to share, and other people know about them, they're no longer just yours. They're not something you can protect. They're not something you can keep safe. And further, you can be mocked. You can be made fun of for talking about something that's important to you, or you can be misjudged, or even worse, someone can decide they don't like you. And now, as an adult, especially in the past few years, I've learned to appreciate that I am a white crayon in a box of color. Because even though that might make me boring to some, I help keep things balanced. In a room where things can be loud, in a room where people can feel ignored, maybe when there's more colorful things happening, I can sit in a corner, or in a booth, or at the wall, and someone who maybe needs to be heard, but is a little fearful of being perceived, kind of like I can struggle with, they can find a place where it's safe. And not because I have anything to offer, but because I can hold a space that is a quiet confidence that it's okay to not be loud. It's okay to not want attention. It's okay to want to do good secretly. It's okay to be consistently solid. And what I mean by that is, I joke sometimes that my husband and I are like jelly and toast. I am the toast. I can sustain life. I mean, carbs, great. But I'm not super exciting until you add the jelly. And my husband, he's just a bright light. He would offer the shirt off of his back and never let anyone know that you ever needed one, and he'd never ask for it back. our house could be falling down, but if you were in need, he'd help you get what you needed. And while that can be kind of a wow factor, even though he's not doing it for attention, he was built and wired and knit together in his mother's womb to be the kind of person that can walk into a room and kind of get along with anybody and make everybody feel comfortable where they are, but also make you laugh until your ribs are cracking or make you wonder if you're going to pee right where you are, if you're going to make it to the bathroom in time. And now that we've been married for a little while, I've learned that my calm, my consistency, my kind of deadpan helps us work as well as we do, but also is the perfect little concoction to raise our kids in a way that they can see the benefit of both. And it's also helped me see that maybe all along Psalm 139 was right. That the Lord made me this way because of the people he wanted me to reach, but also because he wanted to reach me in a certain way. And so even though I may be a white crayon in a room full of people that are brightly colored, it also helps me be a form of encouragement when they need it, and also be a soft spot that they know they can go when maybe they need to recharge. I bring balance in a room full of people that maybe wasn't present before I got there. And then I was also designed with just as much purpose as everyone else the Lord created. All those people full of so much color. Because he is good and he is holy. And not because he needed me, but because he wanted someone like me. So even though some may think that the white crayon is useless, or the white crayon isn't that grand, or maybe they rarely ever reach for the white crayon, the white crayon helps you see how brightly other colors shine, but also helps sheer out when things are too much. So I have a place, and you do too. Whatever color you may bring to the table. This big old coloring book the Lord's made. He didn't sprinkle in something and then say, oh no. I'm not sure about that shade. That's the wrong hue. He was certain in your creation. And he loves every particle of you. So know that when he directs you, and he has you going certain places, and you don't even know where that place is yet, he's lining things up that way because that's what he needs you to see him best, so that you can seek his face first. I hope that kind of answers what y'all are asking. It makes sense in my noggin, but my noggin's kind of weird right now, so Hope it makes sense in yours. I love you. Have a good day.